Hi, Shanna. We're still here with Chattanooga Fashion Expo, and I'm here with Jamie Rogers, and her brand name is Jero. She is one of our designers that came in and competed in our design competition, and she actually won. I'm so excited to have you here, Jamie.
Thank you. It still doesn't feel real.
So I want to talk about your story because I think it's really fun. So on a whim, when I was setting all of this up, I was like, who are some of the best designers I know? And I was like, I'm going to go through my New Orleans Fashion Week list and remember some of the people that I met. And I saw your name and I was like, let me reach out to Jamie. So I sent her a video, and then I'm going to let you pick it up from there.
Well, okay, so when I graduated, I jumped into New Orleans Fashion Week. I did it. I failed. It was a nightmare. It wasn't good. I wasn't ready, but I wanted to do it. So I geared up. I put my heart and soul, I thought, into 2017, and I did it, and I failed again, and I backed out. And I kind of call that like I dipped my toe in, and I was like, no, it's not safe. Let me go back to my family. Let me go back to work. It's not for me. Yeah. And I counted those as failures for a long time. Until honestly, when it just came full circle, and I said I was there for a reason, and that's I met Shanna Forreston. And she's probably one of the very few people that could have reached out to me. And the timing was impeccable because I was ready to separate from my job. I was ready for a change. I was missing something through COVID. Something was missing. I needed that creative outlet. And when Shanna popped up in my email, I was like, this girl is golden. I would do anything for her. And I drove 7 hours and I made an outfit in basically 2 days, and I hand beaded for 6 hours for this woman because I want to say everything you touch is golden. And I knew that when you interviewed me in New Orleans. And I mean, like I said, and that's when it clicked, and I said, I was there for a reason. I was there to meet you. I was there to follow you through Facebook. We stayed in touch. And when it came, you have no idea the timing on that invitation.
And timing is really important. And that's something that Lawrence and I talk about a lot. My partner is just, he's taught me that, is when I look back, not to look at things with failure.
Yeah.
As a failure, like just because it didn't work the way I wanted it to, or something didn't go that way, what we learn from these things is really important, and it's part of our journey. And that's what I was trying to tell myself the last few days. I was like, if something goes wrong, Shanna, just do this like almost like it's a game, so you have fun. And then also just small beginnings. Like, don't despise the small beginnings, because one day we're gonna laugh about some of these things and go, remember we didn't have any budget? Remember when this went wrong? Remember when that happened and we just solved it? And it's like those things make the story, right?
Speaking of, and when I went to my boss, I had already committed. I told my husband, and he said, oh Lord, the stress. I can see the stress coming. And I said, I don't care, I'm gonna do it. I'll stay up all night. I have babies at home. I have a full-time job. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for Shanna. I'm gonna do it for myself. And I went and told my boss, and they were like, well, you have work. What are you gonna do? And I said, I'm going to Chattanooga. I don't care how small it is. I don't care how new it is. I'm gonna do this. There has to be a foundation. I wanna be a part of it. I'm gonna bring my best game possible because I wanna build that foundation. I wanna help this platform. And I had already settled on being okay with not winning. I really wanted to win, honestly. But after I met everyone here, it is the truth. I got so many invitations, so many collaborations. I made sales, connections that you can't buy and you can't trade. And that's why I say I go back to like how thankful I am just for Tracy and bringing me to New Orleans, because I met you. I met so many people there, and now I'm looking at it as it's a reason. My husband's laughing at me because everything is a sign to me. Everything's been a sign. The timing of when I talk to them, the timing of you emailing me, the timing of Parsons contacting me, and I'm just riding the wave. We're not stopping now, though.
And that's what I get so excited about in doing this kind of work, is that I see creatives like her, and I see the potential and the fire in them. It's not always about where we are in the moment. Like, our talent is continuing to grow. You're going to become a better and better designer the more you design. Sometimes things have to fail. Sometimes things have to go sideways, and then we learn something new, and we're like, oh, there was my, that's what I've done with films. Like, I didn't go to film school. I've learned in the field. I've done 6 shorts, made a lot of mistakes, but I'm a much better filmmaker now because of it.
That's something I've always admired about you, is your positive attitude.
We just have to take it and run. But I saw something in you too, and I remember you. I remember your spirit and your passion. What I think stands out to me about you, and I was telling Lawrence this morning, is just your commitment to excellence. A lot of designers, they're creatives, but when it comes to the finished work, they're not always the best finishers, or they're not specific because they're still trying to figure out how to be specific. But I think that's something that with you have such an eye for excellence, and I think that matters to you. She was beaded in the car on the way here, just following a gut instinct that something should be beaded, but that's how our thing works. It's like sometimes as creatives, it's not a black and white path. It's not super clear. It's not always 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a dance, and we got to figure it out, and you got to roll with it.
And it's 6 hours of beating, and it's funny because I told my husband, I was like, it's just thread. If we don't like it, I'll take it out. And 6 hours later, I was so down. If it looked terrible, I was going to take it out. It's art. It's subjective. But once we both looked at it, we're like, this is it. and this is it. I think this is the best thing I've ever made, and I couldn't be happier that I did it for you and your platform.
It wasn't for me, it's for you.
Both. I mean, it's
shown.
it played. You have to give
that was
to get.
your chance to shine, and I'm so proud of you because
Thank you.
just stepped up. And this is the thing about artists that I hope we understand is that, you know, it takes sacrifice. And so when someone sells their art and it puts it out, let's support each other. Let's support our artists. You know, it makes me sad in America that so many artists can't make a living doing their actual art and their actual work. So platform is important and visibility is important, and that's what this event is all about. Before we finish, I'd love to share the story of your model because I think that's lovely. You know, it's like what I love is like mentorship. I love collaboration. I love when people evolve. Let's talk about her because that was amazing.
That's also, see, another reason I came here. I think I was meant to meet Bianca. As soon as the model book came out, I was like, oh no, I have a certain size and a certain color I need. I wanted someone with this honeydew skin. I was kind of open. I had light scale of color. So when I saw Bianca's face, I said, she's the one. I want her. I booked her. I get here. She's actually gorgeous. She's better than her pictures in person. And she tells me, I've never walked a runway before. And I'm like, honey, I have a double reveal. We got to get this together. Yeah. And we tried it on. It was like 4 inches too big. But when I finally got it on her after sewing all day and panicking and redoing all my matching plaids and everything else, and I put it on her because she was really reserved the whole time. I've talked to her the whole time. I was like, I've got to bust her out of her shell. This has got to be a big moment. We've got to sell it as a team. And when I put the finished product on her and she lit up and she said, oh my God, I love this. We're going to win. I want to win this for you. And I was like, come on, baby, we're doing this. And we walked and walked and walked until, I mean, she got on the runway. She nailed it. She does not look like a first timer. And she did that with ease. She did the double reveal. She sold it. And there were so many girls up there that looked so professional and it was intimidating to her. And we won. She looked at me after and she said, you won, you did it. I said, no, we did this.
Yes, and that's the beauty of collaboration and growth. You know, it's like that's amazing. That she, when I saw the video, I couldn't believe she had modeled before.
Same,
because I was backstage. I had seen the outfit, but I didn't see the performance. And then I saw the video, and I was like, oh my goodness, she was amazing. No wonder they won.
She killed it. We had Duncan this morning.
Because it was about timing. It was about everything. It was magical. So
I was telling her all these things. Thank you so much. I was telling her all these things, and she just took them in. And I just was like, I want a serious face here, a sassy face here. I need you to do this. And Tracy complimented her after, and after I said, do you know who Tracy Dundas is? And she just told you had a killer walk. So and she said, I had no idea. So I'm excited to see where she goes with this too.
It's so fun. Yeah. Just another reason I love doing this. So thank you. Thank you for your passion and your energy, because, you know, it takes that. It takes artists willing to take a risk, you know, sometimes to put their art out there, to put their heart out there, their time and their energy. But hopefully we can continue this platform to just help elevate all of these talented people in our region. I'm doing everything I can. We're doing this. I'm on your team. Thank you, everybody. Shanna Forstall with Chattanooga Fashion Expo.